What is going on, guys? Call sign Rice here, back again for another YouTube video. I know it's been several months since my last upload. The only reason for that is because I've been doing a lot of TikTok content lately, and I've also been trying to run Strike Entertainment at the same time. But I'm glad to say we're finally back and we're ready to record some content. Since it has been a while since my last upload, I'm here to show my completely new loadout. Everything has changed, everything's been revamped since my last upload. So we're gonna go through quickly, show you all the gear, we're gonna get you all the links to all my stuff if you want to buy anything that you're interested in. But we're gonna go through my whole loadout and go from top to bottom. So let's quickly get started. So the first thing that I'm going to show today that I'm really excited to show is my helmet. This helmet has completely changed since the last time you guys saw it. We got a new helmet cover, new everything. So let's quickly go into it. So we've got the basic fast helmet replica. It's a Loadout tactical. It is from Amazon.com. It goes for around $70 to $80. I got it express shipping, came in super fast, whatever. So we go on the inside of the helmet and we actually can see the reinforced padding. We got some good stuff around the front, middle, and rear. And then as you can see, we have the adjustment tab, and you can turn it to make it more tight or more loose depending on how big or small your head is. Now going on to the side, we have the Z-Tac Contact 2s. These are also from Amazon.com. These are around $90. They click into the fast mounts on the side of your helmet, and again, these are only for fast mounts. They can adapt with the different adapters that come with it, but the adapters that I have on, they go on a fast helmet, and they simply click in and slide right into the mounts on the side, and they stay there. You can rotate the little piece to make them flip up or down, depending if you want to use them or not. And they also do come, obviously, with an earpiece and some wiring. All you got to do is put some AA batteries in each one. It's one for each earphone, and then you plug them into a radio, and they work as radio communication. But I simply use them as the ear protection for when I go indoors. As you can see, there are a couple dents on these sides. You don't want to get shot in the ear. It's not a good time, so I simply use them for ear protection, and then I have a whole different setup for radio communication if I need to do it. As you can see, we have an SCP patch on the side. I'm really going for the SCP loadout considering it's all black. I think it looks really cool. We got a black multicam helmet cover to Velcro the SCP patch on. And as you can see, there's a lot of wiring. So half of this wiring is for the headphones. As you can see, the earphones have a lot of wiring that go in between. And then for the radio stuff and the GoPro stuff, we have a battery pack on top of the helmet cover. On top, it has a dead light, which is a little glow stick, and an actual V-light glow light. It shines solid, it flashes, and then it turns off. This is a really good dead light for outdoors. It's really bright and people can see it really well. Has a lot of different modes for versatility. We have the battery pack, obviously for GoPro batteries or whatever. And when you do have a battery pack on the rear, you can wire it so it goes from the side and then all the way to the front of the helmet where we have our Brain Exploder GoPro mount. This is for obviously GoPro recording. You can mount it upside down and flip the orientation in post-production or through your GoPro camera settings. Really good angles, and it's very sturdy. There's no wiggle at all. And then as you can see, the headphones are actually detachable through the little clip mounts. You can take them off if you want to. They come out a little bit easily. That's the only problem. My headphones are actually very old, so these are a little bit broken. The wiring's stripped and the adaptive hearing doesn't work anymore. I've had these for about a year now, so it's kind of understandable for headphones to break, you know, obviously get a new pair, whatever. They've gone through a lot. I've been through a lot of games with this helmet itself, so it's kind of understandable as to why it's broken. But basically, that is the whole helmet setup. I think this looks really nice. As you can see, we have a gate tighten patch on the side as well. We're going to go over that later. We got some gun upgrades and stuff. But this is basically the helmet. It's really comfortable. It's really sturdy. Has gone through a lot. So I hope you guys enjoyed my helmet, and let's move on. So now that I think about it, I really want to move on to clothes, just get the boring part out of the way. None of you want to see it. So we're just going to go over the clothes that I wear during games. So for footwear, I just wear basic Timberland boots, as you can see in a lot of my videos. They're just basic Timberlands. They're nothing too special. They're steel toe, good for running through mud or puddles or, you know, banging your feet off stuff. I'm outdoor, I'm running around. There's a lot of trees that you can get hurt on. So it's good to have some good steel toe boots. Now, when we look at clothes for the upper wear, all I have is a basic BDU shirt from Amazon.com. It's a really good, I think it's some kind of like linen on the inner part, and on the outside it's threaded nylon or something. I'm not really sure what it is, but really good materials. They're soft, it's thin. On the left sleeve we have a Heinz name patch, is my last name, and then we have a blood type patch, OZ positive. It's not an actual blood type, but it's just a cool little black and gold style patch on the side. And on the right, we have more SCP patches. We have their logo, their foundation logo with SCP, and then a enlarged foundation logo. I got these patches off Amazon. They came in black and white colorways, so I just thought to throw them on there because it'd be kind of cool to have some stuff on the sleeves. So this is my basic shirt. You know, it's really light. You can tuck it in. You can also put pads on the elbows if you need it. I personally don't, but they're there if you need to. So that's my shirt, and let's move on. My pants are nothing special at all. They're not even combat pants. They are simple black jeans from Abercrombie. I got these obviously for regular wear, but I also use these when I'm running around. They're not too tight, but they are also not too big, so they're really good mobility, and they're really comfortable too. They're made of a soft material, so these are really good to run around in, and they're not too expensive either, so you know, if they rip or do get ruined, I can just go and grab another pair. They're nothing too sophisticated, and I also don't have to have them shipped from any company, any Milsim type company or whatever. I can just go to the local mall and pick them up. Now moving on to my belt setup, this is actually fairly more sophisticated. Everything has changed on it. I think you guys are really going to enjoy this. So this is a basic inner and outer belt from Amazon. It's a basic quick release system. So if you take this, quickly buckle it, and it buckles, and then press the 2 gold pins on the top and bottom, and it comes out. So let's leave this buckled for now. Let's start on the left side of the belt. We have a Amazon taco pouch for an M4 magazine. Really easy to slide in and out. It's really good retention. It's made out of plastic. You clip it in, and you know, it's a really solid pouch. It's the same for the 9mm Glock magazine. This is for my sidearm. You can slide your magazines in and out. It's a quick release. You don't have to, you know, hit any buttons or anything. That just slides in and out. In between that is a cat tourniquet, which is a Gen 7 tourniquet. It's actually officially licensed. It's not a knockoff. I got a official tourniquet because I am trauma certified and basic medical certified. Having a little trouble getting it out here, but this is an official cat tourniquet that is officially licensed. It's not a knockoff or anything, so I plan to use this obviously if something happens on the field. You know, cat tourniquets are not just for GSWs, they are for any trauma that happens, you know, any punctures like a stick or a rod, and we need to cut off any bleeding. So we can apply this, no problem at all. A lot of the refs don't actually carry their belts on them when they're reffing, so if I were to be out there and something were to happen, I do have this at the ready if needed. The casing I'm using is also a cat tourniquet holder, officially licensed by cat. So it's obviously the real stuff. I don't play around with that kind of stuff. Medical is really important. If someone needs help, then I need to be there with it. The drop bag I have on the rear is a Lancer Tactical drop bag. You can roll it up, you can Velcro it and strap it up so it's not dangling around if you're not needing it, but then you can quickly release it and it folds down. Really easy to open, throw stuff in, you know, empty magazines, that kind of stuff. The holster, actually, now that I think about it, has stayed the same. It's a Blackhawk Level 3 Serpa holster, law enforcement rated. Everyone's seen this. I've had this ever since I started. I'm running the standard Glock 17 Gen 4. I will show you guys that right now. This is by Elite Force. It is a green gas blowback pistol. It is a 20+1 in the chamber. It's really nice, around 320 FPS with .2s. Really good rate of fire, hop-up units, really sturdy. I've had this thing since I started Airsoft about a year ago. This thing has really held up. A couple scratch marks on the outside, you know, some external damage, but nothing internal. Really sturdy pistol overall. One of the mods that I did do with my holster, which I will show you guys right now, is the lower leg strap. So this is a waist riding holster. It's slightly lower than the waist, however it sits on the waist. And then on the lower part of the holster, I actually have a leg strap that will go around the upper part of my leg. So when I pull the gun from the holster will not flip up. It'll just stick to my leg and I can get a straight, easy upwards pull. The concept was actually created by Lucas Botkin from TRX Arms. A lot of our gun builds, Anthony and I from Strike Entertainment, a lot of our gun builds are from Lucas Botkin from TRX Arms. We'll show you that later, but a lot of our inspiration comes from him. So moving on to the last part of the belt, we have some chem lights for indoors, you know, tracking where we need to go or where we've been, sort of mark our positions, that kind of stuff. These are really bright. On Amazon, they are advertised as military grade. However, they are not military grade. You know, you can put everything in the title of products these days, but they're not actually military grade. They are very bright though. They do last upwards of 13, 14 hours. They're very strong and they really do help in really dark environments, especially Milsim type events. And then the last part, we have a large carabiner holding our mechanics gloves. These are soft shell. They're not hard knuckles at all. However, they're really good basic protection. They look really nice. Obviously, mechanics gloves are really nice gloves. I've always been in love with these kind of gloves. However, I've never really gotten to own a pair myself. But, you know, I actually got my first pair a couple weeks ago. And I will tell you right now, I have not regretted my decision whatsoever. They're super nice, really soft, and you can get a lot of mobility from these. And I'll tell you right now, I've been shot multiple times in the knuckles with these gloves on. Even though there's upwards of no protection, it doesn't hurt whatsoever. There's a nice soft little layer of glove, and it doesn't hurt as bad as people really make it out to be. So don't waste your money on the hard knuckle gloves. Not really worth it. You know, they kind of restrict your mobility in a small way. I think these soft shells are really the way to go. Now, the next little small part that I wanted to go over was the eye pro. These are basic shooter glasses. They come with black, white, and yellow lenses. These are around $40 on Amazon. They are ballistic rated, so when you go in the field, you are free to wear these. They don't get in the way at all. They easily slip on and off. To pop the lens out, all you have to do is pull up on the outer part, flip the switch on the top, and the lens will come out, and then obviously do the same on the other side, and they will easily pop out. And then to put them back in, all you have to do is match these clips in with the in part of the glasses, and they will slide back on, and then just flip the switches down, and your lenses are locked back in for you to use again. And then the earpiece, you can obviously take off to switch out between lenses. So these are really good glasses. They look really nice. They don't have to spend a lot of money on Oakleys or anything else. You know, they're pretty cheap and they work really well. I have never had a problem with these. I've been shot multiple times in the face with these and they don't crack at all. So these are really trusted glasses. Now this is a really exciting part of the loadout video. I've changed everything on this plate carrier. This is a Yakuta Airsoft plate carrier from Amazon. I got it for around $90. Everything is super sturdy on this thing. So I got this off Amazon. Again, Amazon plate carriers, you know, they're kind of risky to get, but this thing, haven't regretted buying it once. Anthony got this a while ago and he's loved it. So I got it and to try it out, and I personally love it. So this has dummy plates in it from my old vest, and it's super sturdy, and it has inside padding. So there's little pads on the inside, you know, to support it, and it's more comfortable to put on. You don't just have a straight plate against your chest. And on the front, let's go over it quickly. We have a Elite Force dead rag, obviously Velcro, pull it in and out. We have a single point OD green sling. It's for my new gun. It came with the gun off Hop Up. I'll go over that later. But on the right shoulder, we have a Code Red headset with a push-to-talk setup going from the front wired to the rear on the right shoulder to do my radio. We'll go over that later. But we have a large carabiner just for style, and then another SCP patch with the text Secure, Contain, Protect and the logo of the organization. And then the magazines on the front are single stack M4 magazines. These are 190 round Banff magazines. They say 30 Banff on them. These are by Evike. They're really good sturdy mags. They feed really well with my gun, which I'll go over that soon. But these are amazing magazines. They're solid plastic. The follower window is actually fake. However, these are, you know, obviously doesn't really matter. You can obviously tell when you're dry and when you're not. We have mag pull assist on the bottom of the mags. These are for easier pull on the magazines when they're stowed. Pull them out and get them back in your gun, get back in the fight. On the front, we have a admin pouch. You know, I keep armbands in here, tools or anything that I need, just on the front, just in case I need to store my phone or that kind of stuff. And then moving from the front to the left, we have more magazines, single stack. These are the Banff magazines again. And then on the rear, we have our brand new radio, which is a Baofeng UB5R, obviously wired with the PTT setup. And then we have an extended antenna that came separately. We got this off Amazon for around $30 extra. So overall, this radio setup is around $60, considering the radio itself is $30 plus 20 is $50, and then the PTT is again $10.60. So it's a pretty simple wiring with the radio, but it works really well. It hasn't failed me once with the radio pouch that came with the vest, actually. So really good storage. Had to move some stuff around, but it works. Now for the right side of the vest, we have more single stack M4 mag pouches. We don't have any extra magazines to put in there. Also, I'm a right-handed shooter, so putting magazines on the same side that I'm holding the weapon would be pointless. And then on this side, we also have a grenade pouch for anything else that we need to put in, obviously, such as smoke grenades, frag grenades, or any other tools that I'm storing. And then I forgot to go over the little patch, obviously another SCP organization logo. One thing about this plate carrier is when it came, it had shotgun shell straps on the shoulders. I actually changed those out with some basic little shoulder straps that came with my basic plate carrier from when I first started Airsoft. I found that these are a lot more thin and a lot more mobility is gained through these shoulder straps. You don't have a lot of tension rubbed against your neck. It's a lot better, just personal preference, obviously. Everything is adjustable on this plate carrier from the sides to the top. You can make them more tight or more loose depending on your body size. So this is sort of a one-size-fits-all plate carrier. I really do think you guys should invest in this if you're starting Airsoft. For an Amazon vest, 90 bucks. I think this is a pretty good setup, and you know, it's something that you won't regret buying. I personally suggest this to all starting Airsofters. Don't buy the SWAT vests that you zip up the middle. They won't really do any protection. They're kind of flimsy and horribly made, but I think this Yakuta vest is truly the way to go in terms for starting airsofters. Now, the final part of the loadout video that I'm sure all you guys are excited for is my brand new gun. This is a Crytek Trident SPR Mark II. This is from Hop Up for $300. You can get on eBike for around $350, $370, depending on the package that you get. So I got a really good discount on this. It did come with a mock suppressor, but I did change it out with the standard steel muzzle brake. The suppressor is at my friend's house. This weapon is pretty long itself with a fully extended buffer tube, so I decided to switch it out. I thought that the suppressor was a little bit too long, so I just like the muzzle brake. So starting from the front to the back, we have a PEC box that I actually have to replace. I did have a flashlight on there too, but it broke. Both these things are broken. I have to take them off and just remove them completely. This is going to be completely rebuilt. On the lower, we have a M-LOK hand stop. This is I believe it is a Magpul hand stop. Yep. And you can simply put your fingers in there, fits perfectly, put your hand on the switch, and it works really well. So we have this E-tape down for the PEC box and that kind of stuff. It looks kind of cool with the Luke Spotkin style E-tape style. I know he uses E-tape for all of his builds, but this is what we're doing here. And then moving back, we have the standard front iron sight. Flip that up for faster target acquisition. And then we have a standard red dot TR1. So this is a pretty sturdy build. I think it works really well for me personally. This is a really nice gun. In terms of the internal upgrades, we have a high torque motor. It is a speed airsoft or rocket airsoft high torque motor, a speed trigger. I'm not exactly sure where it's from, and then a Gate Titan V2 with a USB link inside. It is not binary. I don't like binary on AAGs because it will burn out your motor depending on what motor you have, but I kept it to single fire and fully auto. But this is a really sturdy build for the internals of the Crytek. It makes a fast Crytek even faster. Shout out to Swavy Streams. He actually hooked me up with all these parts for $100 straight. So, you know, big shout out to him. I saved a lot of money on the internal upgrades, but this thing is an absolute laser. If you guys do subscribe to Strike Entertainment on YouTube, which is my brand channel, you can see me using this in several of our videos, including our indoor gameplays. This thing is a beast for indoor and outdoor. This has never failed me once, but, you know, great weapon. Pretty long is the only gripe I have about it. You can't really clear rooms that well, but if you do put the buffer stock in and sort of like mount it on your shoulder and just navigate through rooms like that, you know, it's what you have to do. But this weapon is really sturdy overall. I highly suggest it for experienced players. If you guys are new, I do suggest a combat machine. Obviously, still, I'm not changing my suggestion on that. This weapon is pretty heavy, so if you're new and you're younger, don't get this. I don't think you'll be able to handle it, considering it is a full metal AAG with the upper and the lower. But, you know, if you're experienced and you know what you're doing, maybe look into a Crytek. Alright guys, so that was my updated loadout video. I hope you enjoyed that. I really put a lot of effort into this video. I'm really proud of my loadout and where it's come from when I first started. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe and turn on post notifications. Also, make sure to go check out my brand channel if you haven't already. It's Strike Entertainment. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.